As I walked down the hall of the cancer center and out into the snow-covered parking lot, I knew I had changed. 6 months of chemotherapy and a month and a half of radiation will do that to a person. As I pulled out of my parking stall and headed for home, the cold snow crunching under the tires, streetlights spotting the road, I remembered another homecoming. At 18 years old, I had skipped my last high school diploma exam and bought a one-way ticket to Europe. I came home 11 months later, a different person. The day after my return home, I went to watch the hockey game with all my high school friends. It was a cold night, and my feet crunched the snow as I walked under the street lamp spotlights up the steps to the house. I had purposely shown up late, and inside I could hear the comforting low roar of people laughing and talking in the basement. As I took my shoes off, I began to imagine the stir that my return would make as I rounded the corner of the basement steps, and they all saw me again. Saw me for the first time, reborn. Shouting cries of joy, "He's back! We've waited so long!" Rushing over to give me a hug, tears in their eyes. I pictured them all huddled around me, waiting with bated breath for the stories of my adventures, oohing and awing as I related to them the struggles and hardships, and beauty and wonder of spending 11 months on my own in foreign lands. What story should I tell first, I wondered, as I started down the stairs into my new life. I rounded the corner and shouted with unrestrained enthusiasm, "Hey everyone, I'm back!" There was a slight stir as a few people looked up at me, 2 or 3 shouting, "Mikey!" and the rest waving their hands or lifting their drinks before they turned back to their conversations and the dull roar resumed. I stood there on the corner of the landing, looking down at the crowd below, surprised, confused, hurt, a cold anger slowly filling my gut. My heart screamed, "Don't you want to know about the things I have seen? What I have done? Don't you want to know how I've changed? I've been to the top of the Alps. I've swam in the Dead Sea. I've drank mint tea in Morocco, looked the Mona Lisa in the eyes, stood in the Colosseum, slept in the caves of Petra, sailed the Greek islands, been robbed, arrested, lost, cold, sick, illiterate, poor, and I have survived. I am a different person." Eventually, one of my friends saw me standing there and came over. "Mike, nice hair. Grab a drink, man. The game's about to start." As his words melted away, the image of my heroic homecoming did too. I grabbed a drink from the cooler and sat down on the floor in front of the TV, and within seconds was being caught up on how our team had been doing. Every once in a while I'd slip in a few comments about the color of the Mediterranean or the hot, scorching, sand-soaked winds of the Middle East, but they were like echoes in a clear blue sky. Turning the corner into our cul-de-sac pulled me from my reverie. I parked the car and sat for a long moment looking at the snow falling through the street lamp spotlights, the incredible highs and lows of my year as a cancer patient fading in and out of my mind. My eyes wandered along the houses lining the street, lights flickering from the windows, every one of them with their own stories. This homecoming felt different. I knew I was a different person, and maybe that was all that mattered.